and yet today we've pulled back down to the $11,300 level. Now, I don't actually think what happened yesterday and now is bearish at all.
Bitcoin giving a bullish retest.
Will Bitcoin have a pullback? There's some strong signs over here showing that Bitcoin may just have a $500 pullback.
When Bitcoin rose to fame as a leading form of cryptocurrency on the market, many people were interested in it as a new financial venture. It first appeared in the market in January of 2009, and back then, digital currencies were still new and shiny. Pretty soon, Bitcoin became widely popular, and it earned the reputation as the world's largest cryptocurrency in terms of market cap. However, as the years progressed, people became more hesitant to use cryptocurrencies because of how volatile the prices became. One day the price would skyrocket, only to have it plummet down sometime during the next day. That's why even though Bitcoin did become incredibly popular, less and less people became inclined to use it. Of course, it did not help matters when more and more cryptocurrencies entered the market and attracted Bitcoin users and investors. Now Bitcoin's experienced quite some pullback in terms of value, and there are talks of it seeing an even larger pullback during the fourth quarter of 2020. What's been happening with Bitcoin over the past few months? Why are people saying that Bitcoin will see an even bigger pullback during the last few months of the year? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video, so sit back and relax as we dive deep into what's happening with Bitcoin today. This is Business Explained. To learn more about all things money, get educated about how to do business, become business savvy, and enjoy more videos like these, subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell, and may you be granted with many sweet returns. If you've watched my other videos on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, or are just genuinely interested in digital forms of currency and cryptocurrencies, you probably already have an idea of what Bitcoin is all about. However, let's take a quick look at how the cryptocurrency company began before we dive into the finer details of what's foreseen to happen to Bitcoin. As I've said earlier on in the video, Bitcoin came into the picture in January 2009, right after the housing market crashed. It has never been known exactly who invented Bitcoin, but the entity Satoshi Nakamoto is responsible for its creation. Now, we don't know if Satoshi Nakamoto is a singular person or a group of people, as it is a pseudonym, but its mysterious beginning did not deter people from testing out Bitcoin's cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was positioned as a digital file that users can store in a virtual wallet using a computer or a mobile device. It was a hit when it came out because it boasted of low transaction fees that trumped the way that other financial institutions did online transactions. To use Bitcoin, people simply need to exchange a whole Bitcoin or use a part of a coin and use it to pay for goods and services. Also, the coins don't work like your typical metal coins do. At the time of me making this video, one Bitcoin is the equivalent to $11,483.50. However, it can go lower or higher, depending on the conditions of the market and many other factors that push the price to increase or decrease. Back in early September, Bitcoin prices took a fall. This fall signaled the first time that Bitcoin prices fell below $11,000 in a month's time. The drastic price drop sent traders, investors, and analysts scrambling to find out just why that happened. At the time, they were able to think of three reasons: Bitcoin falling in sync with traditional markets, the unwinding of decentralized finances or DeFi, and Bitcoin miners selling off some of their Bitcoin. The S&P's 500 index retreated after attaining a record high during that same week. While the count of jobless citizens across the United States is lower than what was originally projected, the numbers are still pretty grim and the labor market is still struggling. This is what John Todaro, director of TradeBlock, had to say. There could be an overlap between equity sellers and digital currency sellers. The largest equity market decliners this morning are tech stocks, including retail trading darlings Tesla and the FANG names, namely Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Alphabet or Google. It is unclear if this will push into a continued border crash in equity markets, which could put more pressure on digital currencies, or if it is just a short-term correction. Traders are also less enthusiastic about decentralized finance, which is mostly done on Ethereum. DeFi, which rose to value in August at roughly $9.5 billion, went down to $9.1 billion in early September. Miners and traders may have also decided to reduce the risk from the trading of cryptocurrencies by trading in some of their own cryptocurrency. CoinDesk, the media platform that tackles all things digital currency and cryptocurrency, reported that the blockchain data showed that there was a spike in transfers of Bitcoin to exchange wallets prior to the sell-off. Now, why are analysts expecting Bitcoin to see an even larger pullback during the last quarter of 2020? Historically, Bitcoin did not fare so well during the last quarters of the last 2 years. The September monthly candle has been known to close red, and red candles are indicative of a downward trend, and it also indicates a short-term bearish structure. The cryptocurrency price is showing weakness following yet another sharp rejection from the $11,000 resistance level. That is why traders and analysts still have a cautious and neutral attitude toward Bitcoin. However, there are some that are also saying that this year may be different for Bitcoin. Let's dive in. Cointelegraph said that one key highlight for September's price action was a repeated rejection from the $11,000 level. Joseph Young, in his article for Cointelegraph, had this to say: "From March through August, favorable financial conditions, a low interest rate environment, and a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package caused Bitcoin and stocks to rally in tandem. In the upcoming months, due to the United States presidential election in November, the probability of a delayed stimulus approval is increasing. The growing uncertainty around the macro landscape and the financial market in the US could pressure BTC." Analysts have pinpointed 3 key price levels for Bitcoin: $9,800, $10,700, and $11,800. Analyst Bezatine General also pointed these levels out. They say that if Bitcoin stays between the ranges of $9,800 and $10,700, or $10,700 and $11,800, it can be expected that a volatility in the price will be low. Now, while traders are on their guard for Bitcoin's price, they do not foresee that the price will go down by a lot. Some analysts even believe that Bitcoin will move up during the fourth quarter as it is in its post-halving cycle. This phenomena cuts supply issuance in half, and it last happened in May 2020. This supply shock and increasing demand for the cryptocurrency would make the price go higher, as historically, Bitcoin's value rose right after the previous 2 times that the halving cycles happened. Of course, as usual, we would have to wait and see what happens to Bitcoin over the next few weeks to determine what will actually happen to its price. What are your thoughts on the price of Bitcoin? Do you think it stands to see a larger pullback? Do you think that the price will get higher? Let me know your thoughts and forecasts in the comment section below. I'll be responding to all of you who comment down below within the first hour of me posting this video. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely check out my other video called The K-Shaped Economy Recovery Explained. It seems that each month of 2020 has brought a new challenge to the world. From the global pandemic, natural disasters, conflicts, social issues, and economic downturns. It seems like this year has had it all. Now the world is slowly beginning to recover, but we still have a very, very long way to go. When the pandemic hit, the world entered into an economic recession. Apart from the lives that were lost, the pandemic has also hit businesses very hard. Millions of people across the globe have lost their jobs and livelihoods during the time that the whole world was put on pause. And while these challenging times will pass, it seems it may get worse for many people before it could get better. Economists are even warning about something called a K-shaped recovery for the economy, which is an unusual phenomenon. Recessions are pretty dreary, and the type of recession a country faces is important to note, because this is what signals the ultimate goal after a recession: recovery. What will the K-shaped recovery do for the economy? What are its implications on the lives of average individuals like you and me? And what does it really mean to be in such a scenario? That's what we're going to be talking about in the K-shaped Economy Recovery Explained. Stay tuned and stay educated.